Hi guys, Verbal Frame here, and in today's video we're going to be purchasing the Manchez Scout and testing how it works and seeing if it's better than the original Manchez at wheeling and off-roading. So let's get onto the internet and buy it off Warstock. Oh, it isn't too much to buy, it's only 225,000 to buy it. While we wait for the bike that we just bought from Warstock to get delivered to my garage, let's see how the original Manchez is at pulling off stunts and wheeling. Let's upgrade the armor max so it doesn't get destroyed as easy. So we've got the support bars, which just add a little bar at the back, as you can see there. Then you've got the dual bars, which add some at the front. Then you've got the Mark 1 body paneling, which adds under the legs some paneling. And then you have the Mark 2 paneling, which does it by your hands. And I don't know where the third one's at the front, so your light doesn't get shot out as easily. So I'm going to go for the final one because I think it makes the bike look nicer and more aggressive. So I'm going to max upgrade the brakes and the engine, of course. Explosives, we don't want to put them on because we are not trying to troll people. If you haven't seen my video for New Year's Day trolling people, I'd recommend going and watching it. I'm going to put a link in the description. So I'm going to put the mud guards on, but I'm actually going to swap to the second one because I don't really like the saddle on the top of it. Horn, it doesn't really matter what horn, so I'm going to leave that stock to keep the cost down. Headlights, I'm going to go xenon because they look cooler. For the camo, I'm going to come, for the liveries even, sorry, I'm going to come back to them once I've decided the paint colour. We'll decide the paint colour soon. What's this? These are, so they're just adjusting in front of me. So they're like bags. I think I'm going to go for, the boxes look a bit bulky. Nah, I'm going to go for the boxes because I think they do make it look like you are going out somewhere on an expedition. Now let's move on to the top boxes. And I'm also going to put some on the back as well to make it look better. We're going to max upgrade the transmission and turbo. We're going to change the wheels to something nicer, I would say. They're looking quite good. Yeah, I'm going to go with them. Go for the rear. Let's go for the same because I like my wheels to match on my bikes. Then we're going to change them to black because black wheels just look badass. Then we're not going to put those, no we're not. Then we're going to make them bulletproof and we're going to put black tyre smoke on. Now we've upgraded all the looks of the car. There's one last thing, the respray and the liveries. So let's see what colours look good for this bike. There's a few colours. Red looks quite good, but I don't think I'm going to go with red because it's a bit too bright. But I'm not sure yet. Well, some greens look good on it. This is honestly up to your personal preference, but I like to go for a subtle colour when I'm going for liveries, just so when you look at the bike from different angles, you'll see like the shade of that colour pop out. And that's how I like my bikes to be. Cream. Oh, I might go for a white because I know there's some good camo liveries. Yeah, and I'm going to go for ice white. Secondary colour, what does the secondary colour do? Oh, I'm going to go black for that because I think there's a black livery for camo. Oh, that looks a bit like a cow, so I don't really want to go like that. Let's have a look. There are some good liveries in here. Oh, they're locked. Right, they look like all the liveries. I think I'm going to go for the Fort Zancudo, well, the Zancudo camo, because I do think that looks very good. Right, let's exit. Hopefully this bike is better than the Manchez, because it's more expensive, but it should be for the price. Oh, and now there's a Valkyrie outside. Let's actually move away before we get bombed. But this bike wheelies even slower and straight away, which is very good. It's much better already at like handling than the Manchez, which I'm glad because I did spend more money on this. And honestly, this looks you look really cool when you're on this bike, and you can almost get vertical, sorry. I'd recommend, if you have the money, to definitely get this bike, because just from testing it 2 meters, it handles really nice. Hopefully, oh, this is a really cool bike already. It looks good. Hopefully, unlike the Manchez, the original Manchez, you'll be able to perform a wheelie at high speed, but we'll have to test that out now. Right, let's try the high speed wheelie. So with the original Manchez, you've got to wheelie from the start, and if you hit something and stop the wheelie, you won't be able to lift the front wheel up unless you're going slow. And you can lift the front wheel up when you're at any speed. Already this bike's so much better. Oh my, well, the suspension's even softer, I'd say, than the original Manchez, because we just went flying from one little bump. Let's see if this bike is good around corners, so it doesn't turn too well at first. Oh, it turns quite well. Apparently with this bike, if you pull up the handbrake or the e-brake, it will turn much better, so let's test that out. Oh my god, this is like the first bike you're able to drift. This bike's going to be so good for YouTube stunt people who want to use this bike, because it's just going to be so good to pull off stunts. It's just so smooth and soft. The suspension's nice. It handles good at top speed. It turns well. You can perform some really nice drifts. As you can see, I ended the wheelie, but this bike's really good. Let's try a few little stunts, not anything major, because it takes some skill to be a really good stunter in GTA. So let's give it a bit of a try, just doing some random stunts. Well, that was a bad stunt, but as you can see, it handles very well on any jump, bump or rock that you'll hit, so you don't need to worry about falling off this. It's just a very cool looking bike as well. I'm not fond of the livery. I'm not liking the livery too much and the colour, so I might change it later on, but for now it'll do. Let's test out this in first person. Oh my, you cannot see anything when you are wheeling, so if you are going in first person, you've got to be careful. Oh, you can stick your head to the side, kind of, but still it's not ideal, so let's get out of first person before we fall off the bike again. And this is a really good bike because it's fast and it's nimble and it can turn quick, but let's see if it can off-road like the original Manchez. So we're going to go up this mountain because we're right next to it, and there's no point going to Mount Chiliad because most mountains are the same in GTA. So it's handling quite well. It wheelies still. It's struggling at the moment, but I don't know if that's because I'm trying to wheelie, and maybe it just doesn't like wheeling up mountains. Well, it's picking up speed now, and I can wheelie it better. So I'd say this bike is much better than the original Manchez already. It's just so smooth to use. Oh, well, I fell off it again, but I'm still getting used to it because the tilting point for it's different to the original Manchez. But honestly, if you are going to buy a off-road, normal, good-looking bike that you maybe want to go on cruises in, go up mountains, show off to your friends that you've got a good bike, I'd recommend getting this. I really like this bike. I know it's been a short video, but I wanted to get it recorded, edited and put up today. But thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any future reviews and testing out vehicles in GTA 5. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.